bam, you'll see me. We're live on my Twitter page, Real QCB on Twitter. What's up, Instagram folks? We're live on my Instagram page right now, Real QCB. Hold on. There's 13,421 ways to listen to my show. And somebody comes to me and says, well, Q, I heard you back on the radio, pal, but I simply don't find your program. As soon as you say that nonsense, I'm going to go old school WWF and give, yes, he did it too. He didn't do it quite like the Nature Boy, but Greg the Hammer Valentine had a figure four leg lock for your ass. That's what I'm going to get you right where you stand. Right woman, today, my man, sports talk media, man. Hornets beat writer back in the 80s. He traveled with the team. Him and Larry Johnson was buddies. They used to play horse together. Back in the original Coliseum was on Tavola. The man was the beat writer for the Charlotte Hornets. Ganser Gazette, sports talk radio with me over 20 years. He got close to 40 years in the game. My man, Richard Walker, and also representing, telling your website, Richard.
CarolinaSportsHub.com.
That's it, Richard Walker. What's up, man?
Everything's great. Actually, I didn't ever play horse or Larry, but I will tell you the thing I've talked with him about. Speaking of Olympics, you know who one of his best unrelated high school teammates was?
Unrelated high school. It has to be a Johnson. Michael Johnson?
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. Okay, I got that one. Same high school?
Yeah, Skyline High in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, so yeah, LJ down
right near the Cotton Bowl.
Damn. Okay, that's
actually met Michael through Larry. It had the same representation back in the day.
You met him, or that's where he met him?
I met him through Larry.
Michael Johnson?
Yeah.
Did he have them gold shoes on?
No, he was just eating at Papado's restaurant in Dallas. But
Papado's?
My funniest story about that is obviously, as you and I know, as longtime Cowboys fans, Dallas is big about football, right?
Yes.
And I remember Larry got rolling one time after a Hornets game about how he was the left-handed Randall Cunningham when he was in junior high. And I said, would you play in high school? Nah, that coach wouldn't recruit me. And a couple of years later, after I knew that Michael went there, I said, well, did Michael play football? He said, no. I said, how could two of the greatest athletes in the world go to a high school in Dallas, Texas, and not play football?
And not play football
at all.
I
said, Larry, what happened to the coaches? I think they fired him. I said, I would think. That was one of my favorite Larry Johnson stories.
What's up, man? Also, right with me, catch my man Saturday mornings in About Your House. My man, Richard Rich. What's up, man?
What's going on, Q? Good to be here, man.
Yeah, Richard Rich got What Happened on This Day back in the day coming up about 4:50. And also, yes, the Olympics are going on, Summer Olympics over there. I guess Paris is how you say it, Paris. Anyway, I suppose I have an Olympic correspondent who's supposed to be calling us from Paris. My girl Ashley Anderson, Ashley Anderson did TV on WCCB, and she's been in the media for years as well. And she's supposed to be, Ashley has a fully furnished place in Paris, by the way. So she's big time. And so she said, y'all going to be over there? So you're going to be over there? I said, well, hell, call me. So right now, she just sent me a photo. They're at the beach volleyball right now. And Instagram, she's been all over the place. She was in the rain for the ceremony. So I said, you over there? It just so happened to line it up. Call the show. So it's 10 o'clock over there now. I said, I'm on from 10 p to midnight in Paris. Call me. So that's what we got. We're going to talk a little Summer Olympics as well. And yes, I still think the Team USA now winning gold.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Get out of here.
I wouldn't go. But
somebody better guard that Durant fella next game.
Oh, please. They played us over there.
Tore him up.
They played us. Yeah. They played us. That's all right. Yeah. Don't competition get stiffer as you get deep into the Olympics?
Well, they may see Serbia again.
Yeah, most likely they'll see Serbia again.
Don't they play that card?
Serbia should be Puerto Rico and South Sudan.
Yeah, that car, Sudan.
Come on, man. Stop disrespecting them like that.
That's who Team USA played next, I think, right?
South Sudan's probably one of the coolest stories in the whole Olympics in general.
What you got against
we're gonna have a damn movie about them.
I'm sure there'll be one. There was cool runnings about the Jamaican bobsled team. They don't have an indoor basketball court in that whole country, Q.
Yeah, no. Things involved. They should have a movie about it.
I'm not knocking the car, Sudan. I'm just saying that the Americans almost lost to them.
Yeah, because they took them lightly.
Right, that's embarrassing.
Exhibition game.
Right,
so
okay.
They're gonna.
But now they play them again for real. Don't they play them again for real?
Game, Wednesday morning, I think.
Yeah, you better be. I'm saying
USA. It's Wednesday.
Time, obviously, it's
whoever Team USA playing, I'm rooting for them. So let's go Sudan.
And Maker, Thon Maker's South Sudan, but he's not on the team, and neither is Bobo.
Come on, these damn names, man.
But JT
in the blue hell are you?
JT Thor is?
JT Thor, Charlotte Hornet, former Charlotte Hornet,
if
free
people,
agent now.
The fact that people don't know who JT Thor is speaks more about the Hornets than anything else.
It just shows the disarray the organization's been in.
Well, I know Thor, the Almighty God, Thor,
But
with the hammer.
You heard of JT Thor? Though.
Never heard of
You
her.
heard of JT Snow?
I heard of JT Snow. I heard of Justin Timberlake's nickname JT.
Okay.
I heard this. I had a mechanic in my neighborhood back in the day on the west side of Charlotte. Shout out to Wanderwood, Allegheny Street. His name was JT. Fixed everybody's car. Hand was always oiled up and just
calluses.
But I heard, but JT Thor, I've never heard of him.
Well,
but we're gonna see. But I'm rooting for him. He played for Sudan.
Yeah, he plays for South Sudan.
Let's go South Sudan, because they did Jaylen Brown wrong, man. I ain't like that, man. Stop it, man. I ain't like that. I'm just saying, and I just don't think that's.
Well, they're so mad at Jaylen Brown that they did Jason Tatum wrong too, apparently.
Yeah, he didn't even play.
The hell Steve Kerr
Derek
doing?
White played, but not Tatum.
Oh, that damn Derek White. What is Steve Kerr doing, man?
It made it worse as he said afterwards that he
well,
was like, I feel like an idiot.
Oh,
well,
please.
You should have just said, I went with the rotation I had, and they were playing well, and that's what we went with.
That's crazy. Everybody don't get burned like that, man. That's wild. And it's what, 40 minutes?
That's how deep the team is, Q.
Yeah. Yeah, well, don't take the job, Kerr. Don't take the job. I think the Team USA was down 10-2.
Well, that's why they should have put the back end of the roster.
I mean, it was Jokic versus
they were happy to be there.
That's what it was. The stats were crazy. It was like they were tied when Jokic was on the court. His points. When he's off the court, I think they had something like 3 points and whatever. Like
I'm going to go on and say it. Steve Kerr don't know what the hell he's doing. How about that? I'm going to go on and say
it. He can't touch my coach, Coach K.
Or JJ Redick, the best coach ever.
Well, I'm not going to go out.
Well, no, JJ, come on, man.
Stop it.
Like I said, you already know.
Podcast coach?
Yeah. First of all, you already know how I feel about them damn clown show Lakers.
Make me a bicycle clown.
I got the Lakers winning no more than 30 games. They're just a damn clown show. But anyway, listen, Rich Walker, hey, we go talk some ACC football today, man. These quarterbacks in the ACC are questionable. And where in the Carmen, San Diego is the excitement for the Panther season? I don't hear nothing. You should be happy, number one. You made some good moves in all season. Not pretty good. On paper, you're better than the 2-win team that dumpster fire last year. I talked about this Friday. And it's just, you don't have to drive 2 hours to Wofford to watch them practice. Where's the damn excitement?
Scrimmage that nobody goes to.
What's the damn excitement? Or maybe they just wait and say, Q, the first game's on the road versus the Saints. We're gonna get excited then. And I'm giving them some leeway. But right now, just where's it at? But we're going to talk about that as well. And like I said, Olympics here and all that good stuff. So, what we at, Rich Walker? Okay, here we go. Rich Walker, you can smell football season about as strong as you can smell my red polo cologne. All right, you like myself, Rich. We both was the ACC media kickoff. And it's some quarterback situations, some interesting quarterback situations in the ACC. And side note, whenever Ashley Anderson calls in, we're just gonna break away and talk some Olympics. So she over there right now. So whenever she calling in, it's all good. It got some heavy ACC quarterback issue questions. Some huge question marks. DJU at Florida State, question mark. Grayson McCall at NC State, question mark. KLUBNIK down there at Clemson, question mark. And my question is, the first one, Tar Heels going to the season this late with a quarterback battle with Connor Harrell and Max Johnson, who I didn't know was Brad Johnson's damn son, who won the ring with the Bucks back in, 2000, 2001?
All right.
Yeah.
03, I think it was. They beat the Raiders.
Yeah, 02 season, 03 Super Bowl, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is this a big deal?
Well, in recent Carolina history, yes. 16 of the last 24 years, they've only started one quarterback. So they go into the year almost admitting that they're going to have somewhat of a revolving door. And really, they've been spoiled because you had 3 years of Sam Howell, and Chris Criswell, of all people, started his only career game when Howell was dinged up late in 2021 season, and then Drake May the last 2 years in a row has been their only starting quarterback. So, and I was struck, and you and I talked about this. You go to ACC football, Mac Brown's asked softball question after softball question about
the media day. Went to media day last week. Yeah.
And it was all about graduation rates and how he was so happy that kids picked to go to North Carolina because everybody's graduating and they have the highest graduation rate or third highest graduation rate in the country. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, granted, not only am I an NC State grad, but I'm actually a follower of college problems.
Yeah.
If you're North Carolina, do you not have enough shame enough to just kind of lay low on that academic part for just a few years? But okay, if that's the way you want to go. But this is an ACC kickoff when you could be bragging about, look, we've had 2 great quarterbacks go to the NFL. Now we're trying to pick one of these 3 guys are so good that we're excited about the season. And you heard none of that.
Right.
There was no excitement about the season. It was, well, we've been pretty good. I feel sad that we've lost some games that we should have lost. We've won some games we should have won, but we've not finished strong. And then the funniest thing he said that state people have had a field day with, he made some comment about, well, 3 years in a row we've lost to our rival or one of our rivals in the last game of the season.
Right.
Well, are you talking about the state into the regular season or all the bowl games that you've lost? I mean, because I don't think West Virginia would necessarily qualify or Oregon. So I don't know where he's going with that. And it just seemed very unusual given how, let's be honest, even North Carolina fans would complain that Mac Brown is too sunny side up. He was not sunny side at all last Thursday.
He
I was kind of shocked
Yep.
and surprised. So is this, he thinks playing the we're not very good card is going to be good because he thinks he's going to be better than he thinks. And I think defensively there is the possibility, or there certainly should be the possibility, that this Collins guy restores some order to defense because Lord knows they've got highly rated recruits. They should have talent. They're going to have NFL drafted talent on defense, so they should be better on defense than they have been. And he's figured out that Max Johnson or Connor Harrell or Jacoby Criswell is the answer. I mean, I don't know where to go with that. I was really struck by how unenthusiastic Mac seemed to be about this upcoming season in a way that I've never seen him before in that kind of environment.
Because ACC Media Day, your head coach come and they bring 2-star players. And when I said, damn, are both those the quarterbacks? Then when you go to the side room, they sit at the same little small podium table beside each other like Beavis and Butthead.
Multiple teams brought multiple quarterbacks. Duke did too.
Yeah.
Duke brought, y'all got the same problem?
Grayson Loftus and Malik Murphy, yeah.
Well, listen, man, the 2 quarterback situation rarely is successful in college. I think the last time, and I'm talking about Tua or Jalen Hurts, they wasn't going back and forth all season.
For sure.
They just made a big, we know what happened.
It's hard to live that way.
Right. But I just go back to Chris Leak and Tim Tebow.
Yeah, that might be the most successful one.
That's what I'm saying. So this rarely
they
is
turned
successful.
Tebow into a situational guy.
Yeah.
Until he took the reins of the team.
Yeah, come in the red zone.
You signed Chris Leak to be your passing quarterback, and then Tebow comes along.
Come in and do those jump passes at the goal line.
Yeah, and you know, let's be honest, the old ball coach, you know, tradition in history was to throw the ball. Urban Meyer, a little bit different, but I mean, you know, he liked playing a passing game if he had the opportunity to, but ultimately I think most college football coaches want to play smash mouth football.
Yeah, but North Carolina has a good reputation of, like you say, you just throw some good numbers in there with quarterbacks the last few years. And yes, the last 2 seasons, they 0-2 in bowl games. We know how they started off 8-2, didn't finish well. 9-1, didn't finish well. So I don't know what Mac Brown slacked when it came to recruiting a quarterback situation, but it's like, I'm telling you, these ACC quarterback situations, same when we talk to Clemson to get to Florida State and after the break, that's a dangerous slope they're playing with right now.
Let's do the rewind watch. Okay.
Yeah.
No shock, disappointment for the Duke Mayo Bowl that Drake May didn't play here last year. But Harrell starts. Predictably, they lose.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Harrell's fault necessarily because
no, you can't get thrown in a situation like that, Rich.
So anyway, Harrell goes into the spring ball as of the returning players, the de facto starter.
Right.
They recruit. They get in the transfer portal, get Max Johnson. Good grief. I mean, the guy started 14, 17, 22 in SEC games. I mean, solid recruit, you would think, at LSU and Texas A&M. And then after they do their spring game in which Mac Brown unusually doesn't want to promote it, tells ACC Network not to put it on. Again, a totally un-Mac Brown type maneuver given the history of his sunny side up Mac mentality. And then Jacoby Criswell announces he wants to come back to North Carolina.
Right. That was the most bizarre thing of all.
Right. And then the weirdest thing of media day was, did you catch the part where Mac was trying to sell? Well, you know, Criswell went into that last practice with Drake May before we decided that we were going to start Drake May. Like, really? Who believes that?
He was all over the place. I don't know.
I mean, where they were going with that.
really have no idea what direction they're going
or
in.
who's going to be the starter.
Yeah, but they schedule again favors of North Carolina's early. Minnesota, Charlotte Central, James Madison. Their biggest test to me was when they play Richie Rich's Duke Blue Devils.
I think Minnesota's a tough game for them.
At the gate?
Up there, yeah.
Up there, it's PJ Fleck.
You don't know. You don't know
Minnesota, you don't know about Minnesota's quarterback situation either.
All right, that's the forward. We're going to start to the break. Run back moment live with the QCB. Dom, $34, and my man Sean Banks on my YouTube channel. Hold tight. Let's go to the break. I think it's Ashley calling from Perry. Live with the QCB. Be right back. Welcome back live with the QCB. Got me on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. You can check me out live online at foxsportsradiocharlotte.com. Hold tight.
Lights would work.
Right. Yeah. I think that's Ashley calling me, man. But every time I say hello, I don't know what's going on with the folks in Paris. I know phones work in Paris, don't they? Y'all world travelers.
I know the phones work Saturday, but I'm not sure. Honestly, we ain't talking to people in Paris.
They had a grid failure over there yesterday, so power failure. So it might be. Who knows?
All right, let's pull her up online. Let's go. We're just gonna ask her. Let's go. Rich, call her right quick. All right, let's go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Ashley Anderson.
Hi, Q.
You're live on air. You in Paris, France right now. I appreciate you putting that extra effort in to call the show. Man, so what's going on right now?
Okay, so right now I am in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower, and in the arena behind me is beach volleyball, and the USA women's team just started, and they are taking on Australia. So I don't know what the score is now, because when I walked out of the stadium a minute ago, they hadn't started yet. But we just watched home team France defeat Germany in the women's prelim for beach volleyball. And let me tell you, that was electric. Every French fan here was on their feet. The Eiffel Tower started sparkling right when they won. It was so much fun. So we're having a great time tonight, and no rain. So that's a good thing.
That is. Right now it's 10:24 p.m. over there. Have you seen Snoop Dogg?
No, everyone's asking me that. Believe me, I wish he said to follow the dog, but I can't find the dog to follow the dog. So I am on the lookout for Snoop. I'm on the lookout for Flavor Flav, who's the women's water polo sponsor. I'm on the lookout for Jason Kelsey, who's a USA Rugby fan. But you know what? They're behind those velvet ropes, too. They're not hanging out here with the ticketed people.
Now, first of all, no. You are world travel. I mean, you was just for the Macy's Day Parade. You was right there as they passed your spot up there. You saw Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all of them. So you be in the right places. So tell me about open ceremony. How dope was that?
Oh my gosh! Okay, so it was so memorable and incredible to be a part of it. Of course, it's the first opening ceremony. Can you hear the crowd behind me, by the way?
I hear him. This is awesome. Go ahead. It's like Jim Nance calling the show while the Masters is on.
So cool. So opening ceremonies, we were so lucky to have tickets along the riverbank, along the Seine, which of course is the first opening ceremony that has not been done in an arena and has been done outside. It was memorable. It was awesome. The energy was amazing. That being said, we were like drowned little rats. It was pouring rain for 4 hours, and I was so worried that what it was going to look like for the people watching at home, but I heard that it looked beautiful at home. So great.
Oh yeah, y'all didn't miss a beat. The rain didn't mean that. It was awesome.
Okay, good. Well, some of the performers have come out and said that, like the can dancers said they had a really hard time dancing because it's so slippery on their stage, and it was only like 2 meters wide. So anyway,
well, listen,
we were happy to go.
Absolutely. Now, before I know you got things going crazy, the most important thing about this conversation is I'm about to say it next. All that Ralph Lauren polo gear. My jacket size is 2X because it's gonna get cold in Charlotte.
Yeah,
my jacket size is 2X. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I got you. I got you, Steve. As you would say, you would look so dope in that outfit.
There you go. And I got your guy in the studio, Jackson Scott.
Oh, hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Come on, say what's up with us. Go ahead.
What do you say?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, good. Jackson, you're live on the radio.
Yes, it's my first time. Very exciting.
Jackson's dad and I have gone to school since we were wee children. And now my daughter is following in Jackson's dad's footsteps and her own dad's footsteps and going off to the University of Texas in August.
That's what's up, man.
Very excited.
Yeah, he knocking them out in the studio. Before I get you out of here, have you been to Olympic Village? Can you like sneak it in, like Goldilocks did, Little House on the Goldilocks, three little bears, and like sneak around? And
we can't. I wish, but it's sort of far. Like they have to bus the athletes into their venues and stuff, and no, we can't get in. And now the closest I'll get is we have tickets on Wednesday to this place called USA House, which is like a big, I don't know, like pep rally place for American athletes and American fans. There's like merch there, and apparently past and current athletes come and do meet and greets and sign autographs. I don't know if I'll see Snoop there, but that is my number one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Ashley, I appreciate you taking time calling back here on the 6-hour difference. And this is how long are you going to be over there?
So we're coming back on the 5th. Tomorrow we get to go watch tennis. We were hoping for Nadal and Alcaraz, but we got an even better court. We got Coco Gauff and Taylor Fritz.
Damn.
So we get to see that tomorrow. And let's see. Then we also have track and field later in the week and gymnastics. So it's going to be a busy and awesome week. And I mean, I just have such, awe for these athletes because watching, I forgot to tell you, I saw table tennis yesterday, ping pong.
That looks amazing on TV. I can imagine in person.
It was so fast, and those players are so athletic with the lunging and the jumping and their hand-eye coordination. It was incredible to watch. It was really cool to see in person.
Damn, man. Next time I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah. LA.
LA's next one, 28.
Ashley, wherever you going, I'm going. Well, listen.
But you know what? You might be closer to getting us in to see Snoop. I don't have those connections.
Right. Well, you're my Butler, Niger old neighborhood, so we that's a good thing.
Exactly.
So right.
Exactly. We're when we need him.
Now, last few times you went to Paris, you brought me back some of that butter, which is I ate like a Snickers bar. So just
put your request now. What do you want?
I already told you. The size 2X on them dope ass Ralph Lauren polo Olympic jackets.
I did go to the Ralph Lauren merch spot, and I came away with a Ralph Lauren t-shirt. So there you go.
All right, well, man, I appreciate the call, and we appreciate it. Now we just finna get back to talking about some Olympics and some sports and good stuff. And I'm looking for you on TV now. I'm looking for you. And if you see Liam, if you see Liam Neeson over there, tell him to rescue somebody else's daughter, bring her back to America.
I'll tell him. Yeah, you look for us in the background of the USA Women's Beach Volleyball going on right now. Send your good vibes over here that we bring home a win and move on to the next one.
All right, tell Kate and Charlie, everybody out there, what's up? And we out here. All right, Ashley, I appreciate you. Love you.
All right, guys. Have a great show to you.
All right, cool. There it is, my girl Ashley Anderson over there at Paris, man. Damn. All right. And on my YouTube, that was pretty cool. That was dope. Pretty cool. On my YouTube channel, got some conversation going on. My man Sean Banks said 2 quarterbacks equals no quarterback at all. # Doom, Richard Walker. Also, he said, okay, Doom's a New York Yankees fan. Doom 34 is a New York Yankees fan, and my man Sean Mack was talking about the quarterbacks. Sean Banks said he needs to go get them at least 10, 11 wins and have a huge bowl victory to stay. He talking about Mac Brown. I don't see that happening. And Doom $34 said my Panthers going to improve. There we go. That's a good, positive Panther statement. I set the win bar at 5. Damn, they gonna win at least 5 games. Damn. Anyway, so Richard Walker, so NC State, you're a state guy. You went to state. I didn't know this. I found this out last year because everybody said the narrative, the same old state. That NC State, when I looked this up last year, only had 1 double-digit win season, and that was in 2002 with Chuck Amato when they won 11. Had a lot of 9-win seasons. Lou Holtz had a couple back in the day. O'Kane had one in 94, and Sheridan had a couple back in the 90s as well. But recently,
13 9-win seasons.
13 9
stuck at it, yeah.
Right. And I think Doran had 3 or 4 currently right now.
He's
at
3.
3. Okay, he's at 3. I knew it was somewhere in the neighborhood.
4, I'm sorry.
Listen, the question is, can they win 10? But here's the thing, though, Richard. 2 of their first 4 games, of course, they play Clemson and they play Tennessee, right? But Tennessee first and they play Clemson.
I would think they'd be the underdog, yes.
If they lose those 2, in order for State to win 10 wins, they have to run
the table. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, man. I like cheering for State. Me and my man TJ the Dow Wabi talking about the Hill State guy. He played for State. And I didn't know State had all them Pete Carroll and Kiffin, who just passed away.
Monty
Kiffin.
That's my freshman year in college.
I didn't know y'all had and I'm not naming some guys who's NFL guys on y'all squad back in the 80s.
You have Mike Quick, the Eagles.
Yeah, I didn't know all that. We went through state.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Then
the
Varno down the damn hall.
I think the Tennessee game is huge for them.
Right at the gate, right? Let's get to it.
I don't know that Tennessee.
It's big for the ACC in general, not just NC State.
It's big for a lot of different reasons. You know, I don't know how strongly I feel one way or the other about the Clemson game, because I think they've got questions. State's got some questions. I mean, it'd be curious to see how that game would play out. State won last year by playing great defense and actually got a pick-6 touchdown that I believe was kind of the difference in that game. So, I don't know that State can go into the Clemson game and think, oh, yeah, it's a win by any means. Then, State at home against Northern Illinois, Wake Forest, Syracuse, they should be okay. Don't know enough about California, but State out of California would be an interesting game for them.
Jaden pretty good. They're running back.
Then they host Stanford and Duke. Then at Georgia Tech on a Thursday night in Atlanta. Hardly much of a crowd in Atlanta.
No.
There may be more State fans than Georgia Tech fans if State's going good.
Honestly.
And then they close the year at North Carolina. So, I mean, there's a chance they could lose those two and still win. But, boy, that eliminates the margin for error. And that would mean that Grayson McCall will have figured it out with the talented receivers that they've got.
That Georgia Tech game is going to be a big game, though,
It could
because
be a
both
real
those
interesting game,
teams
yes.
are kind of popular
Yes.
dark horse picks to be contenders for the ACC.
I agree. There's a lot. I mean, but you
I'm
could say this.
I'm rooting for State, man, and I'm not trying to set their bar at 10 wins,
Right.
but talented as they have been and only have one 10-win season through their existence is mind-boggling. But I think this year they are loaded. They got some transfer within the ACC.
Jordan Waters from Duke.
You're running back from Duke. Richard, that's what I'm saying. They
got
loaded.
McCall from Coastal.
Now, if you're the coach, how you going to let McCall play? Because last year he was a 1,000-yard running quarterback. I mean, you think Dorn will allow him to, drop that thing and get up out of there? He try to make him a pocket guy?
I'm going to go to early in Dorn's career.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett was a very mobile quarterback.
Right.
State shackled him his first year there because they were terrified of if he got hurt, what they would do. So it should tell. So if history is any indicator on this,
right?
If they don't have a whole lot of packages for him to run, that tells me they don't have a whole lot of confidence, faith, hope that the backup can come in and play. I mean, that'd just be my thought about it.
I'd say you got to be cautious with it because Grayson McCall was banged up all last season. You don't want him to be banged up because then what?
These quarterback situations in the ACC, they just this is crazy how it's a lot of question marks. It's a lot of question marks.
The league in itself is a question mark. Yeah. I mean, in 10 years, is the ACC going to exist as we know it? I don't know.
I think there's like 7 or 8 teams that have legitimate reasons to think they can win the league.
For sure.
And all of them sound like what you said about State. I mean, you just change the names of the teams and the names of the players. Well, if this works out, I mean, there's a bunch of teams.
Miami's a big one too. With Cam Ward and Damian Martinez down there.
I mean, I would think right off the top, it's Clemson, Miami, Florida State, NC State,
Virginia Tech, Georgia
Tech,
Clemson,
Tech.
I mean, you
possibly Pittsburgh. I mean, there's a lot of teams you're just like, well, if this plays out.
Now, wait a minute. We got to be realistic. Now, come on. Now, you throwing a lot of teams in there. And when it comes down to winning the ACC, I would say at least 3 teams in top of conversation. Florida State.
For sure.
Okay. No matter what KLUBNIK look like, you still got to put Clemson in there.
Right.
Dabo got a $3 billion contract, whatever. It was something crazy. And then the third one, I think the third one's up in the air.
I'd put Miami at 3.
You put Miami at 3?
Cam Ward, Damian Martinez.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. Like the third one's up in there. I can see Miami.
I mean, they got to have results. It's
go time.
Is impatient. I mean, they're back to back. I mean, how many times have we heard that? And they've yet to win an ACC championship. They've been in the conference 20 years.
They've been in a championship game.
Yeah. Well, they did play Clemson.
Yeah, you're right. They came here,
and then they got just demolished.
It was like they weren't there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like they scored like 3 points. It was just.
They were there, though. The statistical evidence isn't strong.
The jersey and the logo were there. The team wasn't.
And then this is what I'll say about Florida State. I mean, there's a real conventional wisdom to think, oh, they're back. Are they?
But DJU, you can't. I mean, his accuracy problem. I watched him last year a lot at Oregon State.
He's better than what they had after
issues.
Travis got hurt.
For sure. It's an improvement from that.
But they lost an awful lot off of really good
But
team.
it's still, I'm not sold on DJU as you can count on him game in, game out.
Well, that's the thing when it comes to Florida State. Number one, can they duplicate what they did, have an undefeated regular season? And number two, they do all that. Why having DJU, who wasn't successful in ACC, his first stop last year? Oregon State, what was a Beaver last year?
It was Beavers.
He only let
with Damian Martinez, who's now at Miami,
and he only let them to 8 wins, and they didn't even play in a bowl game, which they got beat by 4 touchdowns. Now he's back in Florida State, so now he has a couple of question marks. How's it going to be a second time around? Can he? It's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation. Not really pressure, expectations going to Florida State because the coach turned that thing around, and we saw what they did last year, even though they got totally screwed. And they're suing the ACC. So all that is on Florida State's shoulders, trying to be successful in football like he did last year. Another undefeated season, at least make it to the playoffs if you can't, you know what I'm saying? So, and then with DJU was about as, I don't know, inconsistent as a Mark Furman polygraph test. Richard Walker, you know who Mark Furman is.
Yeah.
But so I don't know, who do you trust more, him or KLUBNIK and Clemson? If you had to pick one. See how hard that choice is?
I'd probably go with KLUBNIK just because he's been at Clemson for a number of years.
I go with KLUBNIK because the schedule's easier than what Florida State's facing.
And there's less off-the-field distractions than what Florida State's got going on. I thought it was interesting DJU even came back to the ACC because he talked about last year at Oregon State how it was refreshing. He'd walk around campus and, the expectations are lower. I think he liked being out of the spotlight somewhat, less pressure. And now he goes right back into it.
He's
so
coming back in on the spotlight's
on the
larger
scale's
now.
even larger.
Yeah.
Because it's championship or bust again for Florida State.
Damn, I just can't trust that damn DJU. I can't trust that DJU. I mean, Clemson is scheduled. I mean, and KLUBNIK can't really close out big games. He lost to Florida State last year, lost to NC State last year, lost to Miami. He lost to your Duke Blue Devils last year. I don't know. It's going to be tough. These quarterback situations, ACC, are definitely got huge question marks on them. My man Dom $34 said, we finally making moves in Charlotte sports and Panthers. NC State football 6-9 wins. UNC football 6-9 wins. What'd you say, Richard?
Well, and also the other storm cloud that lingers over the top of the league is what, if anything, relating to this Clemson and Florida State wanting to leave the league, how much or how little of a distraction does that cause this year?
The question is gonna keep getting thrown out there.
Yeah, but how much of a distraction does it become?
A big one, because is the case going on? Is it ongoing now?
Yes, but the point I would make is, I don't think Dabo's going to talk about it.
I guess once you nip it in the bud, right?
Yes. The Florida State coach seems not interested in talking about it, but do their president, ADs create an issue because I've said this before. There's a difference between being in a league and running a league.
Right. Yeah.
Clemson and Florida State. If I want to say, this is why I think you stopped hearing all these North Carolina leaving the league rumors, because they've figured that out. They've run the ACC for the entire existence of the league, largely, and they realize that if they left the ACC, we'd just be another school in that league.
Right.
And Clemson and Florida State, there's a careful what you wish for a moment about this. Yes, did Clemson beat your Gamecocks and Kentucky last year?
Easy.
But I'm saying they think they can jump in the SEC and be a big dog. And I don't know.
It ain't going to happen.
5, 6 years ago,
wake-up call when
5
they
or
get
6
there.
years ago, maybe. Today, I don't know that's true.
Right.
But, it's kind of like, and I said this the last time I was on the show, I think the wake-up call in that league is going to be for Texas and Oklahoma, who have kind of half-stepped it against a handful of teams in the Big 12 and managed to win the game. Well, the difference in that league and the SEC is, other than Vanderbilt, you pull that down 21-0 or 14-0.
It's not shootouts either. There's defenses in that league.
You fall behind 21-0 at Mississippi State or Ole Miss, you're in trouble.
Right.
I mean, you're probably not pulling that game out of the fire. So it'll be interesting to see a Clemson, if they really think they can join the SEC, and let's go through Clemson's schedule and swap it out for what South Carolina's doing, and tell me how Clemson does.
Well, Clemson's schedule, those first 4 weeks, 2 of them games are really tough, man. Georgia, Appalachian State,
but
NC State,
entire
Stanford.
schedule.
Right. What my Gamecocks?
Yeah. Give South Carolina Clemson schedule. Or give Clemson South Carolina schedule. See how it looks for them.
Well, Clemson won't survive nothing.
Right. Do you think they win the league?
Hell no.
That's my point.
Neither one of them, Florida State or Clemson.
I
win the
smell
league.
what you're cooking.
Give Florida State Florida's schedule. See how that
Right.
works for them.
So we'll get Clemson.
I mean, again, I do think that there are years where the ACC is on close to equal footing.
I mean,
with
last
SEC,
year they were 7 and
but
5.
if you trade out the schedules, and the flip of that would be if Clemson and Florida State did go to the SEC, which is I think where they would their desired conference. Well, they at least can pick up a Southern Conference school instead of having to play Florida or South Carolina as their non-conference game. So maybe their non-conference schedule gets easier. And in the case of Clemson, they don't have a Georgia non-conference. Because look, Clemson this year has Georgia and South Carolina non-conference.
Right.
Yeah,
That in of itself is challenging. Never
Yes.
mind what you think the ACC's doing. Now, if ACC's not a strong league, that's a daunting schedule.
It is.
If the ACC's as turbulent and unsettled as it is this year, but has some talented teams, that makes Clemson's schedule really questionable to see how they navigate it. Because I don't think Clemson just shows up and beats everybody in the league this year in the ACC based on who they're playing, and they're certainly not going to be able to do that against Georgia and South Carolina.
I mean,
they got to play their A game to win those two games
for sure,
and they got to play their A game to probably win 5 or 6 of their ACC games. Can they do that? I mean, they have in the past, but KLUBNIK has been a little questionable. Same as
that's
DJ
what I'm
year
saying.
before him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I'm just jumping over. I know Clemson's second week they play Appalachian State, and
that's no layup.
Well, I don't respect them.
Yeah, in college we start every season against Appalachian State or some slack Division II team. Kick the living out of them. Get their confidence up.
All the time you hear from App State people is when they win big, and then they go back.
Funny part about that?
They go back under their
I
hole.
won't say this in their defense.
What's
the funny part about your clip? That was when Appalachian was winning 3 straight FCS titles. So, I mean, at least pick a team that's not any good. Pick Western Carolina, for God's sake. I mean, at least pick a lesser team. I mean, App was the best of that level.
Yeah, longest yard. Shout out to longest yard, Adam Sandler. All right, we're coming back with Rich. What happened on this day back in the day? Then we're going to jump into some Kill on the Panther talk, man. Well, that's the damn excitement for the damn Panthers. We're not done with the ACC talk. Hit me up. The WHINER line's open, 70227-8668. And don't forget, Live with the QCB is proud to be brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. All right, let's go. Welcome back to Live with the QCB. Got me on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. Make sure you check me out live online at foxsportsradioshow.com. Man, that water line, drop a line, talk some trash. 704-227-8668. I'm around 5:30. Got my man Richard Walker in the building and representing CarolinaSportsHub.com. A lot of interesting, awesome content on there. And my man Richard Rich. Speaking of Richard Rich, it's time to do what happened on this day back in the day. And shout out to Ashley Anderson, live from Paris, France. Called us from the Summer Olympics, and she was actually outside the venue of the men's beach volleyball. I think it's the men or women. Well, she sent me a picture.
I think it was a women's.
Okay, the women's beach volleyball right now. And need to get more close up down there. Oh yeah, I see him. Okay. Yeah. She chilling over there. The Eiffel Tower in the background lit up. It's dope. All right, Rich, let's go, babe.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not here anymore. Some days I said wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I said wish I was a kid again. Back in the day.
All right, Rich, what happened on this day back in the day?
On this day, July 29th, 1995, the Carolina Panthers beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in the first NFL exhibition game, 20-14 in Canton, Ohio. It was basically the Hall of Fame game. Both teams were expansion franchises, obviously came in the same year, Jags, Panthers. Panthers, though, were competitive in the inaugural 95 season. As everybody knows, they had the best record at the time. I think it's still on today of the best opening season, record-wise, than any expansion team ever. They were 7-9 that year for an expansion team.
Kerry Collins, right?
Kerry Collins, that's right.
And already benched that. They already benched that.
Frank Reich a couple games to start, and then Kerry Collins came in.
Frank Reich's stats was quadruple garbage. He was 0-2. He couldn't complete nothing. They benched him. Good. Good.
The Panthers for Frank Reich. I can't blame him on the coaching situation, but the playing situation.
We're now aware of how he had moles hired by the owner within his organization. Of course, it didn't work out well.
Who would have thought?
That worked out well.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
The Panthers played in the NFC West, which to this day makes no sense to me. But at the time, that was kind of at San Francisco, New Orleans, Atlanta, St. Louis.
Because that wonderful rivalry we had with Atlanta in that before.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like now you can have a division game and play in San Francisco. Well, I mean, the NFC South, the South, I don't think was like what, 0-2, something like that. But that was obviously they took Kerry Collins 5th overall.
Yeah.
The Bengals took Kajana Carter, who was the most recent running back, I think, taken 1st overall.
Yeah.
His career derailed the injury. Kerry Collins, in fact, of that 95 class, was the longest tenured player. He played in the NFL until 2011. I know he had his off the field issues, but you got to think about it. It's like 16 years people get Kerry Collins when he was sober. I mean, he was a solid player.
Yeah.
Another guy.
And he was a big guy at quarterback.
Another guy that got drafted that year. Your guy, Frank Garcia.
Frank.
Selected in the 4th round out of Washington.
That's what's up, man.
They also, notable players expansion draft. Doug Peterson and Bill Goldberg, who was obviously the rest. Sons of Colorado, Buffs.
Right. Goldberg may be the worst wrestler I've ever seen. But go ahead.
Don't you disrespect
I couldn't stand that run. I just couldn't stand it.
Goldberg. Goldberg's the man. First off, that spear, the jackhammer.
Why did he need security to come to walk into the ring?
He's a deranged lunatic. He's unhinged. He's got cuffed in the NFL. This is his last resort. Okay, it's Franklin or nothing.
Exactly. Let's go.
He headbutts the locker. He comes out. He's bleeding. Got a concussion.
He was inhaling that pyro. And then he was
snorting out like a dragon.
That was smooth right there.
Goldberg, the official first player cut by
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think I heard that.
Then, obviously, if you remember the Falcons, he had the 3
years.
Yeah.
Curiously, with that first day after.
The Royals were kicking it.
I'm going way out on a limb on that one, I know.
You may be able to something.
They set up minicamp in Winthrop, which I didn't know about. It was research.
Yeah.
The conditions were awful. The showers were backed up. They were overflowing. All kinds of stuff. Frank Wright,
The media room was at the.
It was terrible. Richard, were you in there with the canoe?
No, I wasn't there for that. I remember doing the draft at the Windsor basketball media room.
And then obviously they had the train camp in Wofford, which they had until this year.
Yeah.
Then they played their first season at Memorial Stadium in Clemson.
Yep.
And then that was a Tom Capers said it would be like Golden Clay High School. You go for the bus, you take the bus to Clemson, you go there, and it's like you go home and you're lucky to get home in time for dinner.
Well,
But the fact that they still had 7 wins despite all that.
Yeah.
We get a fan to go to the games. It was also the same year that our wonderful North Carolina DMV decided they would work on I-85. So traffic was god awful from Charlotte.
Jeez, man.
It was a disaster on a lot of levels.
Hey.
They were 0-5 to start the season, but they finished strong. The first win ever versus the Jets, 26-15.
Okay. It is.
Also, they beat the defending Super Bowl champions, the Niners. Steve Young, I think, was injured that game. He got injured earlier in the year, but still a defending champ. They won 3 of the last 7, finished 7-9. Notable players: Sam Mills, Kerry Collins, and Anthony Johnson, who was the first 1,000-yard rusher later on down the line in franchise history, maybe a year or two later.
Man, that's a nice.
Willie Green was on that day.
That's right.
Damn. So his son is now a freshman. Playing football.
Oh, that's what's up.
You look at the franchises, you compare them. Panthers, Jaguars, you can say more success. Obviously, the Panthers.
Yeah, they went to 2 Super Bowls.
Then you have the Jaguars with Brunel. They had a couple AFC championships. They never made the Super Bowl.
Brunel was nice. Now, back in my Madden days.
They even had a little run with
was
David
nice.
Garrard.
Sure
They made
did.
the playoffs.
That's-
Out of East Carolina.
East Carolina, yeah.
And obviously, you know the rest. But now, it's trivia time. All right, I'm throwing this in here. All right, most career points, Panther franchise history. Who is it?
John Casey.
1,482. Most career sacks.
Most career sacks. I'm going to say James Pepper.
97. Most career interceptions, I wouldn't guess.
Oh, that's easy, man. I'm going to say Chris Gamble.
Yeah, you got it. 27.
Damn, I'm nice. I'm nice.
Most career rushing.
Okay. This gonna sound. Natron mean?
Jonathan Stewart, 7,318
Jonathan
yards.
Stewart. Damn. Okay.
Obviously, most yards passing, cam, receptions.
Yeah.
I got Julius Pepper going in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. And deservingly so.
You look at the history and the record going into the 24th season overall. Panthers record 214, 252, and 1. High in the Battle of the Queen City.
You said 214 and what?
252 and 1.
Okay.
So
and they're only 24 years
38
old.
games under 500.
Right. And they're 24 years old.
Well, they're 30 coming up.
Oh, they're going to be 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
And obviously, you know the rest.
Yeah.
The franchise, that's cool, though. Panthers, just have some hope. All right, it's going to get better.
Yeah, I just think
It might take 10, might take 20 years, might be 5. It'll get better.
for the Cowboys, we won our first championship in our first 11 years of existence. But that's neither here nor there.
Nobody asked.
That's neither here nor there. First 7 years already in our first big time. Shout out to Bob Lilly.
How about them Cowboys?
I didn't mean that.
Also, 8 playoff appearances. Got to mention.
Okay, I'm telling you.
2 conference championships, 350, and 8 playoff appearances. It could be worse. Okay? It could be a lot worse.
It could be
Browns.
It could be
You
no
could be the
appearance.
Bills that lost 4 straight Super Bowls.
Right. It could be a lot. We're gonna talk Panthers after this break though, because we got to get some excitement.
I'm trying to rev them up. You give them hope.
Yeah, you need to. All right, that's all we got.
That's it, man.
All right, let's go. All right, my man Richie Rich, what happened on this day back in the day? We'll be right back on live with the QCB on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. We out, son. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Is this thing on? Yes, it is. It is live with the QCB on your radio, Fox Sports Radio Show to be exact. Number to the show to join the conversation. That's easy money. 704-227-8986. Yes, the WHINER line is back. It's on. It's popping. Anything in the world of sports when they get off your chest, call my WHINER line and whine about it. I play them around 5:30. That number 704-227-8668. Hold on, I got to hear something ignorant.
Just generally speaking, and not here, but and not that this matters because this is here. But, in other aspects of my life, we have people for 20, 30 years that work for me. Nobody ever leaves me.
Okay. Catch live with the QCB live on your radio station, HD Channel 2. If you got one of them, you got all of them. I'm saying 104.7 HD2, 101.9 HD2, 97.9 HD2, and 95.1 HD Channel 2. The signal is stronger. It goes from here to Fraggle Rock. It's stronger than Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Commando. It's stronger than Tony Atlas in the 80s. It's stronger than Kurt Russell in the movie Big Trouble in Little China. It's stronger than Sly Stone in the movie Over the Top. Come and find me in your radio station, HD Channel 2, like Indiana Jones found those kids in a Temple of Doom. It's also stronger than WCCB News at 10 Acre Gary Broad, who sways a tough man, but I never seen him lift nothing. Also, catch me live online at foxsportsradioshow.com. Click listen live if you got live with the QCB. You got the radio app, Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. We're live on my YouTube channel, The Real QCB. We're live on my Facebook, The Real QCB. We're live on my Twitter page, Real QCB. And we're live on my Instagram channel, Real QCB. There's 13,421 ways to listen to my show. And somebody comes up to me and says, well, I heard you back on the radio, pal, but I simply don't find your program. As soon as you see that nonsense, I'm going old school WWF and give you that Greg the Hammer Valentine. Yes, he had one too, a figure 4 leg lock. My man Dom $34 said, will Clemson come back to the ACC after 5 years? I don't know why they would do that. And QCB, what will your Cowboys Jerry do with 3 contract issues, Dak, CD, and Parsons? Who gets, who goes, who stays? Well, first of all, Dom, all of them stand. I don't know why people are so shocked that Jordan Love got paid and Tua got paid. Why are you shocked? All professional athletes get paid. Bismack Biyombo wanted like $70 million from the Hornets. They didn't give it to him. He went and got it from what, Orlando or Toronto? Like, I'm just telling you guys, I've been saying it for years. They go get paid. So
Nick Batum got paid.
Another one. That's what I'm saying. They get paid. And my word, hell
Just
no.
not running backs. Everybody but running back.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't be a running back.
No, but Dom, they have no issues that they're gonna get paid. I think Jerry's got we got to keep CD and we're gonna keep Dak and we got to keep Micah. Yeah, they all getting paid. So as a Cowboy fan, not worried. Ride with me, Richard Rich. Catch Rich Saturday mornings, 8 to 11 on About Your House with Ray Terry. Shout out to Hacksaw, my man Richard Walker in the building. Richard, where the hell is the damn excitement for the Carolina Panthers? We're 10 days away from their first preseason game in New Orleans to take on the Patriots. I don't feel no excitement for Panther fans, and they have reasons to be excited. Yeah. It's been a pretty okay. It's a good all season.
But I also think this. The fans that are aware of how the Reich firing went down have got to have a bad taste in their mouth. I mean, you hire the coach.
He shouldn't have got hired, though, Richard.
But my point is you hire him and then hire people within his organization to report to you and not him. And then you draft a quarterback that he didn't want. I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, it's
it's a lot of bad taste in people's mouth. I get that.
Well, there's an element of, unfortunately, and we've seen this before with previous top picks.
Yeah.
If Bryce Young doesn't show some signs of life pretty early on in the season, you're going to see more unhappiness within the fan base. And, I feel somewhat sympathetic to Young, although he's got millions of dollars to be happy with his life, but he's been thrust into a situation that thus far, I don't know how he could be successful.
Well,
and again, Dave Canales' recent history with Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield, leads people to believe that. But
that's one reason he could be successful right there, Dave Canales.
But the difference I would say is Geno Smith went to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield went to the playoffs.
Yes,
that ain't happening here. This is not a playoff team.
I agree.
So what's your bar for success there?
5.
Okay.
5. I got over 5.
Yeah.
I think they could squeak out 2, but let me tell you this: they better do it early because that second half schedule after the bye, Kansas City, Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys, Bucks again, Falcons and Cardinals, that's tough. I see maybe 2 wins out of that. You better get it early. First game at New Orleans, they could win that game. Harbaugh coming here, the Chargers, Harbaugh, they're not winning that one. You could go to Vegas and beat the Raiders, right? Probably won't beat Cincinnati. You could go to Chicago and beat Caleb Williams. You could beat the Falcons. You could beat the Washington Commanders. You could beat the Broncos if you don't beat the Broncos. You could beat the Saints again, and you could beat the Giants. Those 10 games right there, the bulk of their wins have to come from that side of the schedule because that second half going to be crazy.
And just like 2 years ago,
yeah,
when the division opened up for them,
right?
I see a scenario in which that's possible, but they've got to get everybody on the same page, and you got to assume that it won't take a midseason coach change for Canales to get everybody in.
No, we can't.
I can't imagine
now.
they'll do that again.
Yeah, they can't do that. Listen,
but if he's wanting to go with a running game that worked in boring football fashion 2 years ago,
yeah,
in this division where, I mean, the question that I have above all else is you've got 6 games against teams that who thinks wins this division? I mean, who is the favorite in this division?
The Bucks.
Based on them winning 2 in a row. That's it.
Yeah. And basically their key players are back.
But presumably they've lost some stuff.
They have. But they still got
the Saints.
I don't even know why they even exist still.
The Falcons to me are an incredible wild card because I think this either goes really well or really badly for them.
I got them finishing
second. I have
second.
a hard time seeing that staying in the middle because you seemingly commit to Kirk Cousins, who, while maybe not the greatest of quarterbacks, has had success.
Good regular season quarterback.
He's been a good.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say he's a good quarterback, a good solid statistical quarterback if he's given weapons.
In this division, though, I mean,
that might be good.
Got to be the favorite,
right? That might be good enough.
I wouldn't jump them over. I wouldn't jump over the Bucks though. That's what I'm saying.
What wins this division? 8-9, 9-8.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
In that neighborhood.
And the point I would make is, even as daunting as that schedule looks on paper, it would not be a shock to me for this team to get in the 6, 7, 8 win range, which puts them in the contention for going to the playoffs.
How about fantasy land?
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm saying that shows you how.
You talking about the Panthers or the Falcons?
That shows you how fluid this division is. The Panthers, yes.
Well, like I said last year, the MVP is the NFC South. The division is so weak, and weak divisions rotate for years. Who's called the NFC least?
And I also think,
so I get it. But
I also think that has helped create. Because what's worse than fans that are unhappy? Fans who are apathetic. Because now this ownership group has done so many things that have alienated people.
Right.
That people are just tuning out.
Now, that's the part I know I threw the question at there, but I understand that because it's
the most apathetic the fan base has ever been.
Yes.
I could see that. And that's after a 1-15 season.
We're getting the Hornets level up.
Nobody has any confidence in David Tepper, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
I agree. But
we're Hornets level apathy.
Yeah. And even the Hornets, I have more hope for the Hornets right now than I do the Panthers.
Yes.
And then the whole Matt Rule experience was just a disaster from the jump. I don't know nobody, now just straight up, I don't know about y'all. I didn't know nobody who was happy with the hire in the first place. Maybe 4 coaches have been successful he wasn't even successful in college.
He was successful in college. If you look at the standard, he helped turn some programs around. Temple, Baylor. Now, he hadn't done well in Nebraska, but he was only there a year.
What's turning Temple around? I didn't know they played football. And the only thing I know about Temple was Chaney and Bill Cosby. That's all I knew about Temple.
They had been bad for so long.
But what's turning it around,
Temple was so bad they got kicked out of the Big East.
It was a what?
They turned themselves into a 10-win team.
Who knew that?
Temple,
Maybe
though,
the fellow
Q, you
college
got to
football.
realize.
Nobody paid
Temple.
attention.
And then Baylor was a grease fire after
Oh,
Browse
God.
was forced out.
I know, because all them assaults, it was
Yes.
disgusting.
Yes.
And he turned them around.
What is that? What did he do for them? They went
had
to the college
10
football playoffs?
No, but I think they made the Cotton Bowl. They lost to
they
Michigan
made
State.
They made a New
Come
Year's,
on,
a
man.
New Year's
And that was
bowl.
worth him being the
For
seventh highest.
Baylor, with the position they were in, that was a good year.
And that was worth him being the seventh highest paid NFL coach his first
Well,
year.
it's all about
but
timing. It's kind of like, look at what's going on with the quarterbacks. Based on the pay that quarterbacks are getting, would you rank them based on the level of pay?
No, that's what
That's
kept.
what I'm saying. It's the timing that your contract comes up. That's kind of where with the Cowboys, they made a horrible mistake not cutting a deal with Dak Prescott a year ago. Because now it's only going to be more and more and more and more for a quarterback that there's legitimate questions about.
Right. Well, that was my whole issue with the Matt Rule situation, because they kept trying to sell it that he turned programs around in the second year. And
I actually in his third year.
Right. And I didn't buy it. Then when he got here, I was proving
Pro was a whole different ballgame.
It was well, I said it was a horrible hire, and it was.
But,
5 wins, 5 years, and you're gone.
But
Come on, Richard.
Hold on a second, Tokyo. Again, I don't want to put myself in the corner of a Matt Rule supporter, but his record is what his record is. And what he did at Temple and what he did at Baylor, most people think is pretty remarkable. And in fact,
remarkable,
especially at Temple, Q. They got kicked out of the Big East. They were so bad.
I know, but I think what Nick Saban did at Alabama was remarkable. Like, we're using these words. We got to be careful with these words. Remarkable.
You and I win at Alabama.
Alabama has football history, Q. Temple has nothing.
And this
no
is
football
what,
history.
This is what I'm going to say in Matt Rule's defense.
Okay, defend him. Go ahead.
What have Temple and Baylor done since he left?
Nothing.
Does that not benefit the fact that he won when he was there?
If you want to call that winning, I know we some NC State hadn't won double-digit wins,
Q,
and
Temple winning in 10 games in a season is like them winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
Well, I mean, I saw Robert Griffin III did at Baylor. I saw that.
Yeah, but that was
he put him on
the grease fire that Brown.
Well, I'm just telling you, I seen him do that, and
he helped turn the program around and make the image a little bit better.
Saying, and now, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Now the Baylor coach is considered one of the coaches on the hot seat, which says, okay,
right. And there's a statue of Robert Griffin III out there.
There's two things that you can look at, and both can be true.
Anyone the Heisman, right? Yeah,
Rule got out of Baylor because he knew he had nothing coming.
Right.
Or the next guy had no clue how to run it. Both can be true.
Right.
And hey, shout out to his agent. I mean, he got the money for the Panthers. What he got? 75 million to go to Nebraska. Like, as a young kid say, he know how to get the bag.
He picked the right time to be a free agent. Two different times.
But then he was saying ignorant stuff like this.
But I believe it's 1,000% working. I just know no one can see it, and I apologize. I tell our team all the time, it took Jay-Z like 7 years. It took him 7 years. He had to start his own agency to become famous, to become an overnight sensation. Like, it takes time.
What the hell was that?
All right. And I'll add that to the Nahar Wilkes, to the Frank Reich experiment. And then David Tepper sits on top of the throne. We know he ain't going over, so we know that's a super sour taste in Panther fans' mouth. But I thought at least Richard Rich that it'll be some type of excitement. The fact that football's coming back is coming back. Or maybe they waiting on Q. We're not worrying about a fan fest. We're waiting to see week 1, September the 8th, when they go to New Orleans. We're just waiting in.
But here's another thing too. We now have some distance.
Yeah.
On the Matt Rule era. And what we've seen and heard that's happened since he's been gone, and the reaction and behavior of the owner,
it's got worse.
Don't you have more sympathy for what Matt Rule may have gone through?
That's a tough question,
for instance, the bigger picture I'm saying is Matt Rule wasn't the problem.
I don't know.
Frank Reich wasn't the problem. Steve Wilkes wasn't the problem.
Well, we know the common denominator. We know it's temper. It's temper.
At some point,
I still don't think he was a good NFL coach.
The head coach has to have some of the blame also, but it is majority the owner. I agree.
Everybody agrees on that.
Because,
even not a Panther fan, you're saying David Tepper.
And the reason that the microscope switches over to the owner is based on his behavior, and quick firing ability to get rid of guys.
Yeah,
the quick trigger that he's got. I mean, how can anybody be successful in this circumstance? And this is an insanely winnable division that if you had any level of competence organization and support and hiring of the right coach, you could win and own the division.
Yep, own it.
I mean, and Matt Rule may prove to be a joke of a hire at Nebraska, elsewhere, whatever.
Oh no, I'm just talking about him
saying
strictly here in North
his
Carolina.
history in college, at least, has been
track record.
Break the program down, inherit damaged goods, and turn them into something. In the case of Temple, and to some degree Baylor, non-traditional winners. Nebraska's a bit of a different animal, although their glory days were
in the same position Miami's in.
they were 70s, 80s, and 90s. But look at his schedule this year and tell me he's not going to be successful. If Nebraska's halfway decent, they're going to win 7 or 8 games. Looking at their schedule.
Why don't they play Deion week 1?
I don't think he wins.
They definitely play him
and
first couple weeks
because
it's a rivalry matchup. It's non-conference, but
yeah, they play UTEP. They play Deion on week 2.
Yeah, but I think he wins that game.
They're playing in Nebraska, right, this year? Because there was a Colorado last
year.
Yeah,
they play
I don't
Nebraska.
care where they play. I think Nebraska's a better team than Colorado right now because Colorado's complete halfway house right now.
I can see it. I mean, I'm not sold on Colorado completely either.
Yeah. Now, granted, I like Deion. I would love to be wrong about that, but I don't know that a major win.
Who's a pretty many players? I mean, damn. Half the roster keeps.
Yes.
Yeah, you keeping 3-4 guys tonight. You just have to no chemistry.
People are just roasting their own teammates on Twitter.
They're building a roster to recruit traditionally, and in essence, running off or allowing West Township players to leave and filling in the gaps for mistakes you made.
Right.
And there's just trash in your roster each and every year. And I think that's a hard thing to do in the league that they're going to be in.
Yeah, now the first year I get it, but like you said, second year is still you can't keep turning up your roster that large of a number and then then go to a press conference and
you believe that? You hold on. Do you believe that?
Hey, we're coming back. We got the WHINER line 704-227-8668. We're gonna play the number 1 game show on the radio. Who said it? And we'll play my other game show, QCB's Mother Bleeping Match Game, when I take sports to cinema and put that thing together. Yes, Deadpool kicked ass at the box office, 6th highest opening.
Did you see it?
Not yet.
Oh, I need to see it too.
All right. Here we go together, man. What
share some popcorn, riding our Barbie mobile.
Fox Sports Radio Charlotte.
Q McGee.
Man, come on, man. Welcome back live to QCB. Digital autographs. Y'all just know him from the Humpty Dance and all that. You watch like Tupac. Tupac. That was Tupac music group right there. That's his first. He was a roadie. You know who he was. He was on stage with the blow up dog doing the Humpty Dance. And when he got his opportunity to get on the verse of our same song, that was in the movie. Rich, what movie was that in with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase and that fine Demi Moore? Dan Aykroyd. Remember, he was the judge. Man, and John Candy was in it. Yeah. Okay, but he was in that movie, and then Tupac dropped the verse on the same song, and after that, it was on. Nothing but trouble. There you go. Nothing but trouble.
I think Google that. I like the fact that you recognize
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's play.
I'm amazing that Burger King doesn't use that song in their
I
advertising.
know, man. They even got busy in the Burger King bathroom. All right, let's play the match game. Let's go. Oh, man.
Well, what do you know? The QCB has created another radio game show. It's a mixture of sports and entertainment. A little something he likes to call QCB's motherfucking match game.
You know your motherfucking don't match.
Anybody got a match?
That don't match.
Let the match begin.
All right, let's go. Richie, what video game is this? It's been a minute.
I think I know. Frogger?
Close. Excite Bite. Excite Bite. Close. All right. It's when I take mixed sports and cinema. And let's go, man. We're going to do the mother bleeping match game. Then we're going to play the number one games on the radio. Then we're going to hit the water line. Then we got what the hell was you thinking? So make sure you have one in your back pocket. All right, let's go. First one. Over the weekend, July 27th this year, Deadpool and Wolverine poured in $211 million domestically, making it the 6th highest opening of all time. Also, this weekend, who took gold in women's archery at the Summer Olympics in Paris? A, South Korea, B, China, or C, Mexico? Richard Rich, who took it, brother? Who took gold in archery?
Mexico.
All right, write that down, Mexico. Bam. What we got, Rich? Who took gold in archery, women's
South
archery?
Korea.
All right. That's what I like. Let's go. Richard, you said Mexico.
You're stupid, okay? You're ignorant. You are a stupid, ignorant man.
Damn. You said Mexico. No, you said South Korea, Richard
Yeah, South
Walker.
Korea.
It
Man, you
was.
could have said table tennis,
yes.
then I would have been able to guess it. I would have said China or Hong Kong or something.
And actually
Come on,
one
man.
line about that table tennis, man. Dog, I didn't know they serve with their face or their nose
Oh, it's like balls of fury Q.
and his own.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Forrest Gump when we need him? Damn.
He's drinking those Dr. Peppers. He ain't
And
at the
then,
table.
and like I said, if they need a swim on standby, go get that brother who swam in that Montgomery Riverfront fight in Alabama, and he'll be ready.
Hey,
If USA needed him. They may not need him. I don't know. But he only swim in his clothes, though. Saturday, July 27th this year, which was 2 days ago, Great Britain won its first gold medal at the Paris Olympics with British rider Laura Collette setting an equestrian best dressage score. Also, the weekend of July 27th in 2013, Richard Walker, which movie grossed the most money? Was it A, The Wolverine, B, Despicable Me 2, or C, The Dark Knight Rises?
I'm going to go Dark Knight Rises.
Was that the one with my boy Bane, or that was the Dark Knight?
no, that was the one with Bane.
Okay.
Why are you here?
Dark Knight was the one with Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Okay, you going with Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Where you going? The Wolverine, Despicable Me 2, or
What year was this, you said?
13.
2013?
2013. Lord. I'm going to go Dark Knight also.
Ah, 2 Dark Knight Rises. Okay. Dark Knight Rises. Let's go. Richard Walker.
You big, tall, thick-tongued punk motherfucker. You a thick-tongued idiot.
Jeez.
Swerved.
He said Dark Knight
He played it up
Rises.
and everything. Like, oh, man, y'all got it.
You dumb, stupid son of a bitch.
Dark Knight Rises actually came out in 2012.
You better not say it's that damn Despicable Me too.
Nah.
Only a year away.
That made $16 million in 2013, but the Wolverine poured in
Okay.
$53 million. It was the weekend. That
Okay.
weekend.
Gotcha.
All right, let's go. Third one. Last one, then we're gonna slide to who said it. Then we're gonna do the whiners. Here we go. Yesterday, July 28th, France won Olympic gold in women's mountain bike cycling. Shout out to them. Also, July 28th in 2019, that weekend, which movie grossed the highest money that weekend? The Emoji Movie, Dunkirk, or Wonder Woman? Richard Walker, who was? Was it Emoji Movie,
I think that was
Dunkirk,
Wonder Woman, wasn't it?
or Wonder Woman?
I'm going to go Wonder Woman.
All right. Weekend gross. I'm talking about weekend gross of 2019. I know you remember.
I'm going to go Dunkirk.
All right, Richard Walker, you said
If it's the Emoji Movie, I'm out of here. Walk right out of here.
Richard said Wonder Woman.
You dumb
My man Richard Rich said Dunkirk. That was that good old war
Harry
movie.
Styles was in it.
Yeah, that's right. Dunkirk poured in $26 million that weekend. All right, let's shut that off and let's go to the #1 game show on the radio. Who said it? Let's go.
Now it's time for the #1 game show on the radio. Who said it? Here's your host, Mr. I Could Never Be Toast, Mr. I'm So Nice With It, Mr. Easy Money, son, Mr. Me Whack, never that. It's QCB.
Thank you for the intro. I'm gonna ask this. Here we go. #1 game show on the radio. Hey, I just throw out a quote, give you 3 multiple choice. You simply tell me who said it. I got 2 contestants, Richard Rich and my man Richard Walker. Let's go. First one. Just the first quote. It's me, It's always going to be me. Who said it? A, U.S. sprinter Noah Lyles, B, Kevin Durant, or C, Sha'Carri Richardson? Who said it, Richard Walker? Who said it's me? It's always going to be me.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Got to make a note. All right, bam. What you got
Sounds
there?
like something David Tepper would say.
I'm not here.
That's pretty good. That's good.
You said Richardson, Kevin Durant. Who was the other one?
Noah Lyles, the sprinter, USA sprinter.
I'm gonna go Lyles.
All right, Rich, you said Sha'Carri Richardson.
You bastard!
You said Noah Lyles?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's claiming to be the world's fastest man doing an Olympic ceremony, opening ceremonies, and he ain't changing.
So he could have put DDP there too.
That's right. All right, last one. Obviously, a legend of our game. Obviously. Who said it? A, Novak Djokovic, B, Panthers head coach Dan Canales, or C, Steelers quarterback Justin Fields? Who said, obviously, a legend of our game? Who said it, Richard Walker? Who called somebody a legend?
I think it's Justin Fields.
I am mark that now. Bam, okay. What we got there, Richard Rich?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Fields also.
Okay, y'all doubling up on me. You said Justin Fields. Let's go.
You could learn a lot from a dummy.
You said Justin Fields. Let's go. What about this one?
You, sir, are an idiot.
It was actually Novak on Nadal after beating Naval and advanced in the second round.
Makes sense.
He whooped him. He
Well,
whooped him.
Fields was trying to kiss up to Russell Wilson.
All right, let's slide to the Winers. Let's go.
Nathan, your job is to come up with the marketing.
Now it's time.
Marketers market. Inventors invent.
By the
That's
way,
a slam dunk.
what happened to the P-flap?
Fox Sports Radio Charlotte presents.
The P-flap? Nathan, are you still on this horrible idea? The P-flap?
I thought you were into it.
It's an insane idea.
Everybody wants to pee in their car.
Nobody wants to pee in their car.
It's live with the QCBs.
Pee in my car?
You could pee all over yourself.
No, the tube comes up high enough that it'll catch everything.
Nathan, everybody's different. How big's the tube?
You put your balls and your in the tube, and that's that. And you have different size pee tubes if you happen to have big genitals.
What about the liability? What happens if you hit a bump with your and balls in a tube and it chops it off?
So people sign a little waiver or something.
Nathan,
Big deal.
What do women do? What do women do? Half of our market.
All right, so women don't have to use it.
You can't turn the interior of a car into a urinal. Bad idea. The car is perfect.
Sure, I could have worked something out for women.
The crying line.
Q McGee.
McGee, what up?
President of the Secret Society. What's good on this Sunday? Got a couple of things on my mind. This Olympics, I can't watch it. I'm sorry. I cannot watch it. I watched something Saturday night where these guys running around like they playing basketball, throwing something at a goal. I was like, what the hell is this? I'm sorry. I can't watch it. And the Olympic basketball, it's a damn shame. You got a 40-year-old man got to lead this team. It's ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous. And Steve Kerr can't coach his way out of brown paper bag. Why the hell you got LeBron, 40 years old, playing 27 minutes, and you don't play Jason Tatum? I'm waiting on that one. Like I thought, nobody can answer that. And finally, I hate to say it, our Cowboys are in trouble.
Huh?
Yeah, I know you're going to get mad, but we're in trouble. They got to do something with Jerry Jones. You've been knowing me 15, 16 years. I've always said we will not be successful as long as we had them Jays involved. Jerry Jones, Jason Witten, Jason Garrett. We never won anything with those Jays. You got to sign Michael Parsons. You got to. You got to show up your defense. You got to. CeeDee Lamb, I'm still out on that one. I know he's an excellent receiver, but defense wins Super Bowl. Offense just makes it look flashy. And that is done. I'm going on record. Mark my word. Jerry gonna do something stupid and draft Shedeur Sanders next year. McGee, out.
hold on before I get to the Cowboy stuff. Let me write that down so I won't forget it. The Olympics. I mean, everybody likes the Olympics. What was the number you had about the Olympics? The open ceremony.
They're up 60% over 2021, and it's the highest rating since 2012.
I disagree with that. The Olympics is fun to watch regardless. Basketball, I don't care the sport. I watch it. It doesn't matter who's playing. If they could be college
It's on
athletes, I
all
would
day,
still
all
watch.
night, right? It's on all day, all night. You may not recognize an event.
And I always contend that, like World Cup, kind of like the British Open, and Olympics, when they're in Europe, it's kind of neat to watch something during the day, and then
For sure.
as NBC's
That's what
doing,
I'm saying.
they show it in the morning, and then they do the highlights.
the
at
recap
night.
on the-
Yeah, the
yeah.
recap highlights at night. Yeah.
I ain't even knocked boots last night because I was watching it.
Oh, I thought you were playing Fortnite.
I got to get back on Fortnite. It's been about 2 days. What a new season about to come out. They got these
Hey, that's
cars.
a long time.
I know they got these cars on it right now. I just, I'm still getting those victory royales, but I do zero build. Listen, the Olympics thing. I caught some rugby the other day. It's like watching Three Stooges. If you're trying to surf,
It's like table tennis. I'm not going to watch table tennis unless it's Olympics.
That's
But
what I'm
man,
saying.
I'm on the edge
I'm
of my
on
seat
it.
for table tennis.
I'm on it.
Those people are throwing their back out trying to hit that ball.
And then, what was the whitewater rafting?
If you
I don't
got
know
all
how they
kinds of
do that.
sports, I don't even know, and I still watch it.
They got to go through them 2 rails, them 2 bars. That I don't know where they hanging from, and they got to in that canoe against that water.
And you know they're going to have the 3-on-3. Jimmer Fredette's going to be on Team USA.
Damn, Fredette's still out there shooting them
Oh,
threes.
yeah. I'm going to be watching that.
That's what I'm saying, McGee. What's wrong with you, man?
You know the Mormons love Jimmer.
They do. That's true. They do. Even though I'm rooting against Team USA, I'm still an American. But McGee just ain't even watching it.
Hey, you rooting against Team USA?
Well, because I don't like the team they sent over there. I thought they could have sent a better team.
Me too, but I still root for
Could have sent I got Jackson Scott over
I'm
there.
an honorary citizen of South Sudan right now.
That's right.
You can't tell.
No, but no. So I'm not definitely all in on Olympics, man. Every 4 years, and then we ain't got to the beautiful part, the track and field.
Yeah,
that's when it's going to be on. Oh man, the relays, and man,
gymnastics, swimming,
come
all
on,
that.
come on, it's going to be awesome. So some stuff you do miss because you don't know when it's coming on, but it's always on. The recaps, Mike Tirico's over there. For some reason,
Dawn Staley, your girl,
Dawn Staley,
over there,
too.
Former Charlotte Sting legend.
Yeah, and Temple.
And Gamecock.
Temple legend, yeah.
I got you, Dom $34 on my YouTube channel, Don Staley. Yeah, so but far as the Cowboys, what do you mean Dak's done? Done what? He's not done, man.
He sounds as apathetic as the Panthers.
He's just like Gary. Gary Bro's a Cowboys fan. My other guy, B Moore. I have to try to talk to my man B Dot. I got to try to talk these guys
You
off.
sound like Raider fans. Y'all right?
Right. And they
blaming the family for everything.
Yeah. Well, as soon as Al Davis,
because the Raiders still stink.
They
Al
worse.
Davis is gone.
They worse. That's what I'm saying. That whole Jerry Jones start, being involved. They're gonna
I
get
can see
better.
where you're coming from, but I don't.
They
I don't
came
know.
up with a neat Kermit doll. I'm sure that'll work out well.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah,
I mean, really, that's a good guy to pick on.
And Richard Walker's a
Come on.
Cowboys fan too.
I mean,
You gotta play the guy twice a year.
But I'm with the caller. Jerry Jones cannot get out of his own way.
Well, I agree with that,
Come
but at the
on,
same
y'all.
time, I
It's
don't know why you guys
remarkable.
why you don't see that.
It's remarkable. He creates a distraction every year, multiple times.
He does.
And they have talent.
And
to
I think he's
overcome it sometimes.
cognitively, I think he's losing it. In my opinion.
Well, there's that too.
First of all, he don't go on the sideline like he did in the 90s during the game.
Well, at least he's not throwing drinks on random fans or going
Right.
to Dilworth Grill.
That's what I'm telling you. It could be a worse
Grabbing
owner.
hats off of people's
Right.
eyes.
It could be a worse owner situation. That's what
For
I'm
sure,
trying to
it
tell
could be
folks.
worse.
Right.
But y'all are spoiled with wins, so you expect a certain caliber.
You're right.
I get that.
I don't
And
mind
the
getting a
streak
tour.
grows each and every year. Do you expect the streak to end this year? I don't.
Y'all are starting to sound like Miami fans.
What
Now.
about
This is our year.
The 49ers Super Bowl winning streak is a year longer than the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just even getting to a
Getting
championship
to
game.
Super Bowl,
A
no.
conference championship game would be nice.
Okay, well, let's
Maybe
see.
y'all get an NFC championship.
Let's see how I go this year.
All right.
Let's see how I go. 3 straight 12-win seasons. We got him shellacked and embarrassed by something called Jordan Love last year,
Right.
who just got $1 trillion. Then 2 years ago, it was TBGGHOAKBTDC Day. Tom Brady gonna get his old ass kicked by the Dallas Cowboys
Remember when
Day.
the clock ran out too? Couldn't get the snap off in time. I remember that.
I remember that too. But I'm just saying that was a playoff win 2 years ago
No,
on the
you're right.
road.
Yeah, they did.
So-
Everybody thought Brady was going to win. So
That's what I'm saying. But then you brought up that game. Now I'm gonna get nightmares again because you brought up the Romo thing. Cowboy fans, I'm telling you,
Could be worse, Q. Could be a Dolphins
we're
fan.
in great shape. We're in great shape. Don't listen to McGee. Don't listen to Richard Walker. We're in great shape. As not listen, once we get there again to the playoffs, I think we're definitely a playoff team. Let's see how the ball bounce this year. And that's all you got to live on. Some teams don't even get there. Calm down. We're fine.
I appreciate the optimism. Maybe you should go apply for the Cowboys PR job.
Yeah, there's that.
Caller got a point with Shador. I could see that. No, we're not taking Shador and Dallas. Dom $34. No, we're not doing that. The water line 704-227-8668. It's over 24 hours a day, man. Call and get off your chest, and I do what I just did. Play it live on the air, and we'll chop it up. Shout out to my man McGee. Speaking of the Olympics, Richard Walker, has anything stood out to you? Or you just been channel surfing like everybody else and just, how much time you spend watching something? That's a better question.
Well, I tape it because I can watch it when I want to watch it. But I was struck by the passion that the Olympic basketball team played with. I think they got the message from their coach, and probably in the case of Steph Curry and LeBron James, who have been critiqued their entire pro careers, they knew they had to bring it yesterday.
Yeah.
And Serbia was a team that, the next time may be a different story. But I mean, yesterday they brought it. And that was a more comfortable victory than I would have anticipated.
Is it that hard? What about you, Rich Fox's question? Like, how much time, like, if you watch something, you spend about 7 minutes on it and then go back and just,
I watched a lot of basketball and tennis.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Right.
And some table tennis.
Right.
But yeah, man, the USA, I was surprised that they came out. I mean, then it was the 10-2. I was like, oh, here we go. The team that just thinks they're going to walk out here and just dominate.
Yeah.
They got the wake-up call, and I thought Devin Booker had a really good game. And people talk about all these Kevin Durant and all this, but Devin Booker is one of the biggest pieces in the whole team.
Here are the numbers that
if he's doing well, then I don't see them losing.
I don't think people pay enough attention to this. And I saw this in the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. The foreign players with experience was 21.
Yeah, I saw that stat. It's pretty crazy.
68 this year. Non-American NBA players in 92 was 9, and it's 38 this year. I mean,
David Stern's smiling.
Yeah. I mean, it's become a worldwide game. If it wasn't before, it's definitely now. And I think the casual American observer thinks, oh, we'll just show up and blow them out. Well, that's just not the way it works.
Right.
And everybody has an off day, even NBA players. And, the bar has been set so high, it's like, if they don't win every game and win convincingly to where there's no discomfort, and I think that's impossible standard to keep. But like I say, I do think that I felt there was a passion from the two guys that are arguably the two of the older players, LeBron and Steph. And obviously Durant, you didn't know what was going to happen since he hadn't practiced, but boy, he looked good. Feeding him, and you could tell by watching the interaction and the bench. Hey, keep shooting, KD.
You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, loving.
I mean, they're loving life. Yeah.
And he sucked for my Phoenix Suns. I ain't loving that.
Well, that's
he's playing for America, Q. He's not playing for Phoenix.
Yeah.
We're coming back. What the hell was they thinking? The last segment right here on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte, live with the QCB, which is proudly being brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. All right, we out, son. Welcome back live with the QCB. Got me on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. Make sure you check him out live online at foxsportsradiocharlotte.com. Appreciate my girl Ashley Anderson calling in from Paris, little Olympic my correspondent, and she knocked it out, man. She was actually at a volleyball game out there. So it's about almost 12 o'clock out there. They 6 hours ahead of us. Got Richie Rich, my man Richard Walker in the building. That's in the show like we always in the show with this thing what they call, what the hell were they thinking?
Now it's time for What the Hell Were They Thinking?
Canada, you cheating bastards. A drone? Come on, man. I forgot which sport it was, but Canada
I think it was women's soccer, right?
Cheaters, yeah. The coach got fired. No, they sent the coach home immediately, and like 2 more members of their staff got sent home as well. They had a drone going over other practices over there in Paris, and somebody always gonna say something. What the hell was y'all thinking? Cheating. And then Canada won, and then the girls at the podium wiping off tears. We not cheaters, man. Please, please. Now you don't know. Now you don't want to take up for your coach. Okay, all right. For doing that, Canada women's soccer team. What the hell were y'all thinking? What you got, Richard Rich?
South Sudan. The national anthem they played was for the wrong damn country. 20 seconds they stood there. The players are looking puzzled, like they got their hand over their chest. And they stop. They walk off the court. William Gabriel had to go to the bathroom. He didn't even come back for the real national anthem. I mean, how do you play the wrong anthem
that was terrible
for a country that was literally in a civil war with Sudan 13 years prior? They've only been in like a country for 13 years, South Sudan. And then there's a bloody civil war.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You have one job, PA or whoever's in charge of playing the music.
Yep.
And you guys do that. What the hell were y'all thinking?
How long did it take them? Like 2 minutes to fix it or something like that?
Oh, yeah. And then they were just standing there, and then the fans were cheering and waving flags. I mean, come on, man.
That was crazy.
The first Olympic appearance in basketball, they can't even play the national anthem.
That was a good one. What you got, Rich Walker?
Well, last week we go to the ACC football kickoff, right?
Yep, we did.
NC State is coming to Charlotte here a few weeks to play Tennessee in Charlotte, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out NC State has a kid named Kevin Concepcion.
Yep.
Went to Chambers High School, freshman All-American, ACC Rookie of the Year. They bring 3 players to represent for NC State, and none of them named Kevin Concepcion, including 2 guys that were at other schools last year.
How is that possible?
I am like, if you're promoting your program and talking about all the good things you're doing, wouldn't you bring your Charlotte ACC Rookie of the Year to Charlotte to promote your program and your conference?
Yeah, Florida State brought Patrick Payton.
Yeah. So what the hell were they thinking?
Could have been a situation.
Carolina brought 47 people. and 2 guys working for the media.
Right? And 40 of them was quarterbacks. Yeah.
Yeah. All the quarterbacks they could round up.
Could he have said no?
You know, I mean, I don't know what the summer school schedule is, but I mean, it's
yeah,
like,
he could have. He should have been here.
He's a Charlotte kid. You should promote your Charlotte kid.
Yeah, he should have been here, man. He definitely should have been here. Yeah, NC State, y'all. That's what I'm saying, State. What the hell's going on with NC State, man? But Richard, to put a button on the show, man, as far as the ACC quarterbacks, there's a lot of question marks. So, who would you get a star nod to up there in Carolina?
It feels like it's set up for Johnson, but the Criswell return comes off as they're not sure Johnson can do it, or Criswell just wanted to be back there and he'd started before. I mean, I don't quite get it, because I think it's unfair to grade Connor Harrell based on the West Virginia game, because Carolina had 20-something guys opt out or something last year. But if you can start 22 games in the SEC and you can't start at North Carolina, given the competition, I would be mystified.
Right.
It would say more about him than North Carolina. But, you know, Mac Brown talked to our old pal Mark Packer in his show saying he's not going to announce the starting quarterback until they break the huddle. So,
damn.
I mean, who knows if Mac sticks to that, but obviously you're going to have reports saying who's running with the ones more than the other people.
Yeah.
So, Johnson presumably was the leader coming out of the spring, but I don't know. I mean, that seemed to real. Again, there was a lot of things about what North Carolina did at the media day that were kind of perplexing or surprising to me.
What's going on with your Duke Blue Devils, man?
Well, Malik Murphy's probably going to be the starter, the transfer from Texas. They had Grayson Loftus in kind of a battle. They got some of the receivers coming back, Pankel, Moore, running back Moore is coming back. So they got some weapons coming back. The defense is a question now with Elko. A lot of those guys left, transferred, or went to the draft. So we'll see if Diaz can get some guys and replenish that defensive line. That's a big question. A couple guys from the offensive line left too. So we'll see what happens.
Well, y'all don't play y'all first ACC game until the 28th September. Y'all play North Carolina.
Yeah, early. I don't know why they.
So what y'all go do? I mean, y'all got a chance. Elon, Northwestern, Connecticut, Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to begin with.
Y'all should be able to rough them guys up.
Northwestern, we'll see what happens. That's always kind of a tricky game. I think it's up there because played them here in Durham last year. So, and Middle Tennessee State, I think it's in Murfreesboro. I think they're going there. So, you never know. I mean, those Conference USA teams, kind of every year, you kind of never really know what you're going to get. So that's also a trap game potentially. Manny Diaz, the thing with him is he's always been a good recruiter, but in Miami, it's like he had a good job culture, high energy guy, but the results just were not there in Miami. Obviously, Duke's a different place. You can underachieve a lot less than you can in Miami, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, last year you had some good wins, man.
That was a great year last year for Duke standards.
Heck yeah, you beat Clemson
The
right
past
at the
few
gate.
years.
Beat State and Clemson convincingly, and most
and
Duke
almost
years,
beat Notre Dame. Riley Leonard didn't get in.
Right.
Damn, man. Okay. Duke.
And
Blue
now
Devils,
he's at Notre Dame, so we'll see.
All right, that's what's up, man. Man, that's awesome. And Richard Walker, you going back to Panthers anytime this week, or?
I have not got any plans to do it. I've got focuses for me is starting with American Legion World Series. That'll be August 15 through 20 in Shelby. Good time. I've got to do the regionals that start next week, the 7th through the 11th in North Carolina. They're in Asheboro, historic McCrary Park. But, I do want to try to get out there because I just want to see the facility and how things are going. But as of now, I don't have any plans to go.
What do you think is going to get the Panther fans, feeling good? That first win against?
I think they've got to play games.
Right.
I think the preseason is still.
Obviously, all this preseason, all this training camp. Just get me to the game.
If Young were to come out and lead the team down the field for a couple of scores in the preseason games that he plays, that would give people hope.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't see what Leggett go look like.
But
what
heaven
Johnson
forbid he goes 3 and out, 2 possessions in a row.
And offensive line is what I'm looking to see.
Or gets sacked, or he throws an interception, pick six, or something devastating. Then it'll be, oh my God, nothing's happening.
What about your guy Ikwanu?
Well,
I hadn't heard no rumblings of it. I think
the
it'd be a good
presumption
thing.
is that they're trying to give him run blocking, which is what he's more comfortable with. But obviously in the NFL, you got to learn how to pass block.
Right.
So, I mean, I think third-year guy, it's a big year for him.
All right. We're going to see, man. All right, live with the QCB. We'll be right back Friday, 4 to 6 on Fox Sports Radio. Charlotte, man. Enjoy the Olympics. Again, shout out to my girl Ashley Anderson calling us from Paris. That was dope. And my man Richard Walker and Rich in the building. Also, my guy Jackson Scott. IMG. Jackson, IMG. IMG. And we'll be right back more, man. Friday, live with the QCB. Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. Peace to everybody. All right, be safe, y'all. Let's go. Kayla, Kobe, take me home.
What's up? This your man Clint Portis. You listening to the QCB show.